What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Adian Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk, Fatima Lafano of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again this evening, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you for joining us here today, Lions Talk Live. You know, a little bit after 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And while this isn't a world-breaking news story by any stretch of imagination, I do think, man, the Detroit Lions really find themselves on the wrong side of this one. And is it going to, end the season or anything? No, it's not. But I do, as a coach, have a problem with it. Or even a PR department reporter / journalist. I'm going to ask you guys, what's more difficult in the NFL? A, getting the quarterback and getting a sack, or B, getting tackles? I mean, by all stretches of anybody who plays football, both are not easy by any stretch. But I'm going to say getting the quarterback 4.5 times is a whole lot harder than getting 10 or 12 tackles in a game, especially if everything's going over to the middle of the field where you as a safety primarily roam. I would take that into consideration exponentially. So you may be asking yourself, what in the heck are you talking about, Dan? I'm talking about the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. I would have thought if you would have asked me 24 hours ago or even after Sunday's game, man, Adian Hutchinson has to be a lock for it unless somebody gets like 27 sacks, interceptions, or something like that. But Lord and behold, Jesse Bates takes NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And again, this isn't groundbreaking. This isn't, some sort of breaking news. This isn't, something that everybody should be up in arms about. But I think, no disrespect for the Falcons safety, Jesse Bates, he had one heck of a week. And yes, his team won. Maybe that's the difference in who won it and who didn't get this award. Bates recorded 12 tackles, interception, tackle for loss. And I get, 12 tackles. That's no small feat by any stretch. But again, when you check out where Philadelphia runs their offense and the fact that the vast majority of the time, Stuffer over the middle of the field where he is spying, he's in a pretty good situation to get a bunch of tackles and maybe even an interception. Adian Hutchinson, though, I think should have been credited with 5 sacks. Obviously, 4.5, you're splitting hairs. And I'm not going to say that the NFL did the wrong thing by crediting half a sack to somebody else, but not getting Adian Hutchinson Defensive Player of the Week on top of his 4.5 sacks, all the pressures in the backfield, things of that sort go along with his position, a near pass breakup. I mean, you guys get it. He also had some other tackles as well. And the fact he didn't get Defensive Player of the Week, I think is rather surprising. So I'm not going to go so far as to say, hey, the fix is in or something like that. But I'm guessing based on how the Detroit Lions are wired, we all know Amon-Ra St. Brown can recite everybody who is drafted ahead of him and during the draft as far as a wide receiver. We all get, Jared Goff, hey, he knows he was kicked out of L.A. We all get that the vast majority of Detroit Lions players were brought in here because they have a bit of a chip on the shoulder. Adian Hutchinson, who knows, maybe he's got a chip because he wasn't number 1 overall. But I'm going to say this for this weekend. I know how players tend to think, at least I can only say it, not for every player, but just the players I have coached over the decades. I'm going to say this is probably some locker room bulletin board material for the Detroit Lions and their defense, let alone Adian Hutchinson. It'd be my anticipation something like this really could be a galvanizing force for the player and the team going into this weekend's matchup, which we all know is going to be a challenge with the Arizona Cardinals. High-powered offense, very mobile, athletic quarterback that gets out of a number of sacks because of that athleticism, as great as Kyler Murray is. I think this might just be the chip that throws the Detroit Lions defense, especially Hutchinson, into a whole new gear going into this weekend. I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say in regard to this. If you guys think I'm overblowing this or thinking, wow, no, Dan, Jesse Bates, hey, 12 tackles and a pick, that's no joke. He should get it. Then let me know. But I think this is a big slap in the face to Hutchinson and the Detroit Lions defense as a whole, who have held 2 teams to 20 or less points. That's no small feat in the NFL. And the fact Adian Hutchinson has more sacks this year by himself than 18 NFL teams? Come on, man. Well, I mean, I don't know who's voting on this, but I'd say I'd be checking them with a drug test at this point. All right, Joseph, what's going on, Coach? Now you know, Joseph. Jason, oh no, here we go. Doug Kong, skip this stuff and Guffles passes. There we go. Steve, what the what? Yeah, that's where I'm going with it, Steve. 100%. I couldn't have said any better. Doug Kong, I mean, Super Bowl or bust. I'll go with that. Ed, what do you got there? Wait, what? Yes, again, if I'm overreacting this, if I'm overthinking it, don't be afraid to call me out on it. I'm just, when I saw this and it came out during the day when I was trading, so I couldn't really do anything with it. I had to wait till the end of the day and get some work stuff done. But I'm just like, wow, man, seriously? I get it. Okay, Hutch had 1 or 2 sacks. All right, I'd be like, all right, yeah, go with the guy with tackles. But based, again, where Bates plays and how the Philadelphia offense runs, like, man, I mean, not that 12 tackles isn't a lot, but I mean, which is harder, getting those tackles or getting to a quarterback 5 times in a game on top of his other stats? I don't know, man. Here we go. All right, Joseph, see, I didn't read the thumbnail. What did it say? The thumbnail, man, I got to remember. The NFL just robbed the Detroit Lions. How in the heck did that happen? And no, I didn't put heck. Adian Hutchinson now has a chip on his shoulder after the NFL snubbed him. And that's basically how I view it. Maybe I'm a homer. Hey, it could be possible. I do run the Detroit Lions channel, but I think, man, 5 sacks in a game, 4.5, whatever you want to say. You get to the quarterback that much, plus his pressures where he didn't get sacks. Let me kill that alarm there. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a slap to the face. Wayne, come on. Why always the Lions? That's a great question. Pierce, I missed the Sheila Woo. You want the Sheila Woo? I will give you a Sheila Woo. All you got to do is ask. Johnny, number 2 rhymes with woo. There we go. I'll go with that. Johnny, I was the second like. Hey, thank you for that, by the way. If you guys can, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys all know it helps out a lot. Don Kong, what's the thumbnail? Thumbnail, again, it's Adian Hutchinson. The NFL just robbed the Detroit Lions. How in the heck did that just happen? Adian Hutchinson now has a chip on his shoulder after the NFL snubbed him. So there you go. Ed, I agree. Donkey Kong, number 9 like. All right. Thank you for that, by the way. JDC, hi all. Hi, JDC. How you doing? Dave, sup? How you doing, Dave? Joseph, number 1 like. Hey, you are number 1. Everybody else is number 2 or less. Let's see. Pierce, okay, that's some BS. I agree with that. I would love to hear the logic on it, but they're never going to come out and say anything. But, man, I'm just shaking my head here. Pierce, sure, 5 sacks doesn't deserve player of the week. Yeah, I'm with you there. Come on here. Yeah, I agree with that. Troy, what happened? So, Atlanta Falcons safety, Jesse Bates got 12 tackles and a pick, so they gave him Defensive Player of the Week over Adian Hutchinson. Again, is it the end of the world? No. But, again, me trying to be a coach, me trying to Scooby-Doo this, how am I going to work it to my advantage? You know what I'm doing if I'm MC DC? I'm walking into the defensive huddle tomorrow, and I'm taking some tape. I'm going right up to Hutch, and I'm going up to everybody in the front 7. Maybe I do 11 or 12 of these. I get a little picture of this. I tape it on their chest and say, this is what the NFL thinks of you guys going into this weekend. You're not good enough. I'd piss the heck out of all of them to fire them up. And I'd say, as I walk out of that huddle, what are you guys going to do about it? And I would hope that is a galvanizing force into this weekend and say, unleash the hounds on Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Let's see, Big M, Hutch, and the Lions disrespected again. I would concur with that. Jason, next they'll be taking Thanksgiving away from us. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. And well, not like this doesn't happen for the Pro Bowl most of the time. Yeah, it does. And I know Amon-Ra St. Brown, yeah, couldn't go to the Pro Bowl, but he was voted All-Pro. So someone explain that to me. Johnny, let the snub be our fuel 100%. That's where I'm going with it. JDC, not much respect yet. Just wait. Yeah, and he has another performance anything near that. Man, feel bad for the rest of the league. He might have to go water boy on them. Jason, 7 sacks against Arizona, still won't do it. Probably not. And, maybe at that point, it just becomes a galvanizing force for the entire front group, the entire front of the defense. Let's see, Timothy, what do you got? Only 19 players in the NFL have had 5 sacks in a game. And agree. And the fact that I'm going to guess, and it's all it is a guess, you could probably find a few hundred people that have had, 10 or 12 tackles in a game. And like you're pointing out there, how many people have ever had 5 sacks in a game? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Miles, what's up? Question mark. Coach, you angry? I am a little bit. I do think, and having worked in the media for newspapers or different, channels and stuff like that over the years, I get the Lions usually do get snubbed or whatever, push the corner, whatever, because we're not a major market. I also get we lost the game, so that's a part of it. But I also get being a coach and being somebody who's supposed to vote on different things. You're supposed to take your biasness away. And it's, again, no disrespect for Jesse Bates, but if I'm the Detroit Lions, like I said, if I'm the coach, I am pinning this on everybody the rest of this week. I'm doing everything I can to or upset the team and use this as a motivating factor for that front seven, the entire defense, maybe the entire team. Jason, you're spot on with the bulletin board material, 100%, man. I'm known to be to someone who will step on toes to motivate players. Joseph C, ridiculous. That's all I have to say. Exclamation point. I agree. Miles, what did the NFL do? They gave the NFC Defensive Player of the Week to somebody else, not Adian Hutchinson. Joseph C, Arizona, watch out and beware because the Lions do every time that we come off a loss, 100%. And now, hey, is it a huge thing? No, but it's a little bit more rocket fuel for that fire. Motown Mitch, sorry, late to the party. It happens, man. Miles Marker, snubbed in what way? Jesse Bates, safety for the Atlanta Falcons, got Defensive Player of the Week, not Adian Hutchinson. Motown Mitch, Lions still rule, Bears will always drool. I'll go with that. Miles Marker, I'll go with that. Coach, you are holy moly mad. Yeah, I would be using this to our unfair advantage. Perryman, Mama said stupid is as stupid does. I do love that movie, my friend. Raw podcast. Yeah, Adian Hutchinson needs to get 5 sacks against the Cardinals. Man, maybe 5 in the first quarter, and then just keep going for it, man. Go for the record books. Let's just get 20 that game. Raw, this year, Hutch will play like TJ Watt this year. And, I think you're spot on with that. I think he's starting to get to the age where he starts getting really his man strength and athleticism. The other thing I'll throw at you guys, if our Lions offense would have scored some points, I think there's real possibility Adian Hutchinson might have got 5 or 6, 7 sacks that game when you force the Bucs in more obvious passing opportunities. It is what it is at this point, though. And, well, that's how we became a major market, right? Yep, we'll do what we can for it. Damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead, exclamation point. Oh, yeah, Raw podcast, the Hutch effect is coming this year, Coach Dave. I'll go with that. See, West Coast Lion, Lion pride, always. I concur with your statement. Just see, let's get a Sheila one time before you leave, Coach. You guys really love the Sheila, don't you? And there you go. West Coast Line, one pride, Lions pride, always. I concur. I think we got it there. Joseph Moonscar Blade, good evening all, and good evening to you too. All right, guys, go ahead and leave your thoughts on this one if you want, either in the comment section or in here. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. We're like, 60 subs or 50-some subs away from hitting the 8,000. So if you can help out with that, that would be awesome. Also, if you would be so kind, hit the thumbs up like button. You guys all know it helps it out a lot. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your nights. If there is breaking news, I'll get it over to you. We'll see you on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, all.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.